This is SkyTour News for May 6th. I'm Amanda Curran. A day of landings. Today, in 1985, Challenger 7 lands at Edwards Air Force Base. STS-51B was the 17th flight of NASA's Space Shuttle program and the 7th flight of the Space Shuttle Challenger. The launch of Challenger on April 29, 1985, was rolled back when a timing issue emerged with the TDRS-B satellite, and when the STS-51E was cancelled, Challenger was remanifested to the STS-51B payloads. STS-51B was the second flight of the European Space Agency Space Lab and the first with the Space Lab module in fully operational configuration. Spacelab's capabilities for multidisciplinary research in microgravity were successfully demonstrated. The gravity gradient attitude of the orbiter proved quite stable, allowing the delicate experiments in material processing and fluid mechanics to proceed normally. On the mission, Spacelab carried 15 primary experiments, of which 14 were successfully performed. 2 getaway special experiments required that they be deployed from their canisters, the first for the program. These were NewSat, the Northern Utah Satellite, and GLOMER, Global Low Orbiting Message Relay Satellite. NewSat deployed successfully, but GLOMER did not deploy and was returned to Earth. The shuttle landed successfully today in 1985 after a beneficial mission lasting 7 days, 8 minutes, and 46 seconds. Today, in 1991, Discovery 12 lands. STS-39 was the 12th mission of the Space Shuttle Discovery, with the primary purpose of the mission being to conduct a variety of payload experiments for the Department of Defense. STS-39 was the first unclassified Department of Defense dedicated space shuttle mission, though there had previously been 7 shuttle missions dedicated to the DoD, but those were considered classified, and information about the operation or success of the payloads or experiments was not released. The unclassified payload included Air Force Program 675, infrared background signature survey with critical ionized velocity, chemical release observation, and Shuttle Pallet Satellite 2 experiments, and Space Test Payload 1. Classified payload consisted of multi-purpose release canister, and also on board was Radiation Monitor Equipment 3 and Cloud Logic to optimize use of Defense Systems A1. The crew was divided into 2 teams for around-the-clock operations. Among other activities, the crew made observations of the atmosphere and gas releases, Discovery's orbital environment, and firings of the orbiter engines in wavelengths ranging from infrared to far ultraviolet. As part of the sophisticated experiments, 5 spacecraft or satellite were deployed from the payload bay, and 1 was retrieved later during the mission. STS-39 landed safely today in 1991 at runway 15, Kennedy Space Center, Florida, as landing was diverted there due to unacceptably high winds at the planned landing site at Edwards Air Force Base. Today in 1993, STS-55 Columbia lands. STS-55, or D2, was the 55th overall flight of the U.S. Space Shuttle and the 14th flight of Shuttle Columbia. This flight was a multinational space lab flight involving 88 experiments from 11 different nations. The experiments ranged from biological science to simple Earth observations. Columbia carried to orbit the second reusable German space lab on the STS-55 mission and demonstrated the shuttle's ability for international cooperation, exploration, and scientific research in space. The D-25 mission, as it was commonly called, augmented the German microgravity research program started by the D-1 mission. 11 nations participated in the experiments, including DLR, NASA, the European Space Agency, and agencies in France and Japan. The crew worked in 2 shifts around the clock to complete investigations into the areas of fluid physics, materials sciences, life sciences, biological sciences, technology, Earth observations, atmospheric physics, and astronomy. Many of the experiments advanced the research of the D1 mission by conducting similar tests using upgraded processing hardware or implementing methods that took full advantage of the technological advances since 1985. Columbia landed safely on this date in 1993 on runway 22 at Edwards Air Force Base. This is SkyTour News. I'm Amanda.